it is the 5th of June and I am 37 weeks pregnant today. This is probably going to be my final pregnancy update. So this one should, in theory, take us up to 40 weeks, or if I go past 40 weeks then I might keep it going for an extra week or however long it takes. So I'm assuming this will be the last update. So before I get into my symptoms and stuff from the last week, I just want to say I'm probably going to like pre-film some videos while I'm still pregnant that will go up once I've had the baby, so there's still like occasional content for you to watch. So if there's videos that are like completely unrelated to pregnancy or anything really, that'll be why. One of the videos actually that I have filmed already that I'm planning on putting up is a kitchen renovation video. The kitchen renovation has been going for over a year and it's just finished like in the last couple of days. I've split that into two parts because it's really long because it took forever. But yeah, so if you just randomly see a kitchen renovation video that has nothing to do with pregnancy or fashion or whatever, then that's why. I'm also planning on doing like an empties video, stuff like that, that I can just like film now. So they won't be filmed when baby's here. I'm not going to be filming anything once baby's here for a while, I don't think. But yeah, there will also be probably a break in content once I like run out of pre-filmed videos. So if you don't hear from me for a while, that is also why. And I have no idea how long that's going to be. I'm not really making plans, I'm just kind of gonna go with the flow and see how I feel and how everything goes, really. So, okay, anyway, let's talk about my week that I've just had, which was 36 weeks. So I've been having a lot of hip pain at night from like lying on my side and having all the pressure on my hips, to the point where I was really struggling to sleep because as soon as I would roll over to the other hip, it would already hurt, and then it like hurts on both sides and you're not allowed to sleep on your back and you can't sleep on your front. So I was just struggling to sleep because it was painful. Jonathan says I've been snoring, which I believe him because I've been quite congested at night as well. So the snoring doesn't keep me awake, but I think it's affecting Jonathan's sleep. I've also had some kind of period-like cramps, which I think is really common like in the last few weeks of pregnancy, and it doesn't mean that labor's starting. I don't know what it means. I think it's just something that happens. But yeah, some of them kind of like wrap around to my back as well. Normally I don't have the back pain with my period cramps, but these ones definitely have been kind of wrapping around. And I mean, I have back pain anyway, so it's hard to tell like what is specifically back pain and what is the period cramp that's also in my back, but I think it's probably both. My feet have been really swollen as well, and I feel very lucky that I got this far through the pregnancy before that's happened. But yeah, definitely swollen feet at this point. My feet barely fit in my boots. I've gone back to wearing sandals even though it's literally winter now. I've been wearing sandals most of the time when I've left the house, and even my sandals are like feeling tight on the top of my feet, which is ridiculous because, you know, they're sandals. I did go and get a pregnancy massage, which was lovely. I have been having much more frequent bowel movements than usual, which again is very common for the end of pregnancy. I think it's to do with your digestive system like loosening up. Like everything is loosening up at this point to allow like baby to actually get out at the end, so this is the start of that. Oh, so going back to the pain that I've been having at nighttime, I've started showering twice a day. So I normally shower in the mornings, which is really nice because when I get out of bed I'm like so stiff from the night, and then having a shower really helps to kind of like, you know, make my joints and my everything, my back and stuff, feel a lot better. And then I'm usually like pain-free for most of the day, but then by nighttime everything's feeling really sore again from just like being up and active all day. So like my back will really hurt by the end of the day. So I've started showering at nighttime as well, just a shorter one, but just to like be under the hot water for a bit and help kind of just loosen things up and make my body less stiff before I go to bed. And that I've done that the last 2 or 3 nights, I think. It's really helped me to actually like sleep better at night, because rather than going to bed already being sore, I'm at least like going to bed fine, and then by the time my hips and stuff are really sore from sleeping, at least at that point I've already had a few hours sleep. So I'm only struggling now with like half of the night rather than the whole night. I did see the midwife this week just been, so it had been 3 weeks since I'd seen her last, but now, from now, they're going to be weekly, so I'm going to see her every week now. But at last week's or this week's appointment, we talked about the birth plan, like very simply, because I don't really have a birth plan, but just kind of like things that I have in mind, I guess. She talked me through complications that might happen, when to call her. She like asked if Jonathan wants to cut the cord, and if I give permission for baby to have the vitamin K, things like that. So just like the details that she needs to know about for when it's actually all happening, and things that I need to know. I didn't really want to know some of them. But I think it's probably a legal requirement that she tells me the things that she told me, so that is fine. She also said at this point that I need to start eating 6 dates a day, which I had heard about on like forums and stuff. I wasn't sure how based in science that was, or if it was just people trying to like get labor going faster. But I think it's again to do with your digestive system and like prepping everything to go into action. But yeah, I was like, oh, I hate dates. And she was like, yeah, cook them into baking or something, make them into brownies. So we've made date scones, which is fine. I've just cut the dates up really, really little because I don't hate the flavour because they're just sweet, but I hate the texture. So I've cut them up really small so I can't really tell the texture. I'm definitely not having 6 a day because there were only 4 dates in the first batch of scones that we made. So I would have had to have eaten every single one of those scones in one day, and then also some more. Dates are also really expensive. Jonathan came home with a box of them for like $13, and we were like, if we buy a box of dates every like, it was gonna last 3 days if I ate enough, every 3 days until this baby is born, we're gonna spend hundreds on dates. So anyway, I'm probably having like 2 or 3 a day maybe in these scones, and we're just hoping that some is better than none. Anyway, that is my 37-week update. Oh, one more disclaimer. If this video just like randomly ends without me properly ending it, it probably means that that's the week that I had the baby. Because I'm planning on doing this until 40 weeks, but if I do the 39-week update, don't say goodbye, and then the video just ends, it probably means I had the baby between 39 and 40 weeks. So yeah, if I disappear randomly, that will be why. But that's how we're going at 37 weeks. It's the 12th of June and I am 38 weeks pregnant today. So for 37 weeks, we made our first freezer meals, like just nice easy things that we can chuck in the freezer for now and then get back out once the baby's born, and not have to worry about cooking. So we'll literally just have to reheat them. So we basically just made like meals that we ate through the week anyway, but instead of eating them for like 2 or 3 nights each, we ate them for one night and then put the rest in the freezer. So we made kumara soup and a like massive cottage pie. It was a Jamie Oliver recipe. It made like 10 servings, so we put like 6 I think in the freezer and ate it for a couple of nights. So yeah, that's been good. And I'm feeling good that now we have a small stock of food, although we are planning on continuing that for the next couple of weeks. I think we have like 8 or 10 more containers that we want to fill. I have borrowed a wheat bag from Jonathan's mum because we don't actually have one. and this has been really helping me sleep. So I just chuck it in the microwave before I go to bed and then put it like on my hip and across my back while I'm trying to get to sleep, and it really helps like just get me through the night, because normally I'm pretty comfortable when I go to bed. Also because I've been showering, I think I mentioned this last week, I've been showering morning and night, so the heat from the shower kind of like loosens up my joints a bit so that I'm not so stiff. So yeah, that plus the wheat bag has been really helping me sleep a little bit better. We have been doing lots of cleaning and decluttering in the house in the last week. We just kind of want to do all these things now while we can and have the house kind of nice and decluttered and tidy and ready once baby's born. And we also set up the bassinet, which is super exciting, although our room is a complete mess at the moment because we're getting new carpet in a few days. So today the carpet is actually being ripped up, so we've kind of moved as much as we can off the floor in our room, and we've had to move the bassinet out and stuff. But yeah, hopefully this time next week the new carpet will be in and we'll be able to like have everything actually where we want it. Okay, in terms of other symptoms, I have had like super swollen feet. I know I said last week that I had swollen feet, but like they have been extreme this week. They look disgusting. They're just so puffy and gross all the time. Not really enjoying that. Definitely looking forward to that hopefully going away after I give birth. My finger joints have been really sore as well, which I think is, yeah, just pretty normal at this stage. But yeah, like anything I try to grip or like trying to open anything in the kitchen, like, or squeeze tubes of like tomato paste or whatever is really sore. And I've also had a bit of like groin pain, but again the wheat bag's been helping with that. So it's kind of just an extension of like my hip, my back wrapping around to my hip, wrapping around to my groin. Like that whole area is just sore, mostly at night time, but yeah, just in general as well. I've put on about 20 kgs at this point. I did see the midwife again this week because I see her every week now. It was just a standard appointment. I guess like we've already talked about the birth stuff, so it was just a very standard, like she measured my tummy, she played me the heartbeat. Jonathan came along as well because now that he's finished work he has a bit more time to actually come to these things with me, so that was nice. From my blood test a couple of weeks ago, now that she's got the results of that, she recommended that I start taking B12, which I went and got some of that. It's just like a drop a day, nice and easy. So yeah, I'm now taking prenatals, iron tablets and B12 every day. But she did say that my iron levels look good, because I've been on the iron tablets since a previous blood test. So now that I've had the more recent blood test, she could see that my iron levels are better. So they are working, so that's good. But yeah, anyway, that is 38 weeks. Hello, I am 38 weeks and 2 days, and my water broke today. I haven't had a chance to film any of the videos that I was planning on pre-filming to put up for once the baby is here. We've literally been getting our carpet replaced today, so I have not been able to do anything today since my water broke, except for put the furniture back in our bedroom. They haven't even finished the lounge, so at this point I'm like, we're probably having the baby tomorrow and there's going to be no furniture in our lounge when we get home. So that's where we're at. I haven't had any pain. I've had like pressure, which I don't know if the pressure is like really early mild contractions. The internet says sometimes the early contractions can feel like pressure, but also there's more pressure once your water breaks because there's nothing like in between the baby's head and your pelvis. So I don't know. I don't feel like I'm having contractions, but I also know they can start quite mild, so who knows. But yeah, I haven't really had any pain yet. Very, very leaky. But because I tested negative for strep B and there was no meconium in the water, we didn't have to like rush to the hospital, so we've got until tomorrow. Water broke at about 1 o'clock today, so midwife said as long as, you know, the contractions don't get too close together or too strong, we're good to stay home for the night, probably stay home for the morning, and then probably make our way to the hospital, because once the waters break, the chance of infection goes up, so we will have to be kind of heading to hospital tomorrow regardless of whether or not I'm in labour, and looking at an induction if labour doesn't kind of start on its own. So yeah, baby's coming in the next day or two.